So I think we're all kind of familiar with what a backlog. Well, I think we're all, familiar with backlog software development, issues, bugs, whatever. Talk to me about like what that looks like from an IA perspective.
Well, if we want to be truly effective, we have to meet our stakeholders and the other team members where they live, and that is in your product backlog. Yeah. Every Agile project has a backlog. What that looks like can look very different depending on, quite candidly, the software you're using to manage it. There are some consistent things around this. You want to be a peer. You want to make sure that your backlog items are based around deliverables, not tasks. And for folks that do not have a formal IA methodology, they might not know what the deliverables that IA can deliver. And that's where you as an IA can step up and say, oh, I can give you an interpretation of so if we have the product story, well, there's going to be a content story that goes along with it. The information architect should work with a content strategist, if there is one. If not, then it's your job as the IA to step in and say, oh, well, if we're going to, let's say we're doing printers and we need, and the business cases is that there needs to be a message that allows the person who's operating the printer to know when they have to call support or when they can fix it themselves. Well, the content story for that is we have to give them a really great error message, as well as if it's something that they can do themselves, we have to give them diagnostic and troubleshooting information so that they can do that. That's the difference between the product story that might be in the backlog and then the IA's content story that we need to be contributing.
And is your point around it should be deliverables, not tasks? Is that more of a general Agile point, or is there anything specific?
It's a general Agile point, but I think most folks don't think about what IA deliverables actually are. And so for me, the first thing is what's our content story? What are we going to be judged by? And so we need to explain what it is we're going to deliver and what we're going to support the content authors to actually be able to deliver. And so in my methodology, I like to start off with, okay, we're going to do an inventory of, how many error messages do we currently have? Do we have enough? So that inventory can be a deliverable. When we get further into the process of the project, I'm a big fan of doing diagrams, a visual representation of the content, because a lot of your content stakeholders don't necessarily know. For instance, if you're creating your content in DITA, they're not going to know XML. They shouldn't have to know XML to know that you have the right architecture. So I'm a big fan of, here's going to be our content type or topic type diagrams. And here's what's going to be in whatever that package is that's going to get sent to a platform. And that conversation, if you do it early, allows you, before you have any code written for a transform or anything else, you can have a conversation with the folks who are doing the transform development and the folks at the other end of the pipeline at the delivery end to say, that package is missing something. Mm-hmm. And doing that up front as part of those first sprints in the Agile project, all that can happen. And those are your deliverables as the IA.